Revelio.
You'll never believe what I've learned.
What did you discover in the spellbook we found in the scriptorium?
Salazar Slytherin's spellbook was a little difficult to interpret, but fascinating. Evidently, he encouraged teaching dark magic at Hogwarts. Neither the Imperious Curse nor the Killing Curse was unforgivable during his time. He believed students should be prepared to use dark magic when necessary, not to fear it. That's why we had to use Crucio to gain access to the scriptorium. He didn't want his knowledge shared with anyone who was afraid of the power of dark magic.
I know we had to do it to open the scriptorium, but it's not something I'd want to repeat.
And I'm glad we did it, because in the spellbook I also found something else. References to a lost relic, which, from what I can tell, grants the holder the power to reverse dark magic curses.
And you think this relic might be able to save Anne?
Precisely. I plan to search for this relic, but I don't think we should tell anyone. Especially Ominous. He wouldn't understand.
I see no reason to involve Ominous.
I'm glad you agree. When I know more, I shall send an owl. And don't feel sorry for Ominous. Keeping this to ourselves for now is for his own good.
Revelio.
It's for my own good.
Ominous, we were just about to get some air. Care to join?
You're a liar, Sebastian. I heard everything. You swore you'd never engage in anything to do with dark magic again.
No, I didn't. I said I understood you wanting that. I'd never swear to give up on finding a cure for Anne.
You don't know when to stop, do you?
I know when not to stop. Leave this alone, Ominous. I'll be on my way.
I am not letting this go.
Ominous, Sebastian meant well.
I know what I heard. You knew I wouldn't agree with this. Going after that relic is not a good idea. Sebastian doesn't even realize it, but he's as irresponsible and reckless now as his parents were.
I knew his parents died, but I never heard what happened.
Mr. and Mrs. Sallow were professors. Spent nearly every waking moment in the cellar library. Noses buried in books. Anne and Sebastian were upstairs when it happened. They heard a sudden crash and ran downstairs, but it was too late. Their parents had crumpled to the floor. A defect with the lamp in the cellar caused the room to fill with an undetectable toxin. Sebastian and Anne were helpless. They had no magic yet.
What a horrible story.
It is. That's why I can't understand Sebastian's recklessness. I've practically lost Anne. I cannot lose Sebastian too. Please avoid anything to do with that spellbook.
Those references in the book seem promising.
Everything to do with Salazar Slytherin seems promising until it's too late. I hope Sebastian pursues this no further, but if you think he might, please let me know. It would mean a lot.
So frustrating. You wanted to speak with me, Mother?
I had hoped to speak with you alone, Natsai.
Your message mentioned your concern about an unusual creature that was spotted in the woods near Hogsmeade. That could have been anything.
You know what it was, Natsai.
I am allowed to leave the castle. I am always careful, Mother.
Careful. Officer Singer disagrees. She sent me an owl telling me that you have been trying to collect evidence of some kind against dark wizards. She berated me for not keeping a closer eye on you, and she is right. I do not want you visiting Hogsmeade for the near future.
But Mother!
My little gazelle, you are well-intentioned, but you must not meddle in the affairs of dangerous people.
If someone had meddled in Matabeleland, Father would still be with us.
I must get to class. Perhaps your friend can get you to listen to reason.
So frustrating. She never listens to me.
She called you her little gazelle. Is that a term of endearment where you're from?
It is specific to me. I am the unusual creature in Hogsmeade she mentioned. Self-transfiguration is not taught at Hogwarts, so I am gently discouraged from practicing it. However, I am an animagus, and it is in my gazelle form that I have been able to wander the Highlands rather freely until now, much to my mother's chagrin. That is how I managed to spy on Rookwood and Harlow.
Now the nickname makes sense. What an extraordinary ability to have.
It is. I love transforming, but Mother is less enthusiastic about it. She says that no creature, especially one as rare as a gazelle, should be bounding about where poaching has become so prevalent. She claims that she has foreseen tragedy befall me in my gazelle form. But she has used her sight to control me too many times. I no longer believe it.
She's concerned for your safety. It may be best for you to stay away from Hogsmeade for now.
That may be safe, but I do not believe that it would be best. Do you? You could have fled the moment you discovered that Rookwood, Harlow, and Ranrock were after you, but you did not. I choose to act as you have. I must deal with Rookwood and Harlow, not hide from them. My mother cannot know where I am all the time. Thank you for being here during that rather awkward conversation.
Over here.
He'll see it was a mistake parting ways with me.
Glad you came.
And it's getting worse. If there is any chance that the relic from Slytherin's spellbook can help her, I must find it.
This is a change of pace from our last outing.
Don't remind me. The thought of that tent still makes my blood boil. I've been thinking about those poor dragons in the fighting ring. The collars they were wearing, they appeared to be goblin silver. I think a collar is precisely what we found at that poacher camp. I've never known poachers to use anything like that before.
The dragon that attacked my carriage was wearing a collar, and Professor Fig was genuinely baffled by its behavior.
That attack always did strike me as a little strange, seemingly coming out of nowhere. Surely you aren't suggesting that the collars somehow control the poor creatures?
Exactly.
Merlin, I don't think the dragon we set free was wearing a collar, but we should check. And if we can find her, we can return her egg.
That's a good idea. We need to see this through.
I'll start looking into it right away. There was something else that I wanted to discuss with you. I didn't want to press it before. It seems I may have caused you more trouble with Victor Rookwood. Why is he after you?
Rookwood is working with Ranrock, and Ranrock is after something I found at Gringotts. Fig had a portkey that led us there after the dragon attack. It's a bit of a long story, and Fig had asked that I not speak of it yet.
Goodness. Well, that certainly helps to shed light on what we saw at the tent. Don't worry, I'll guard your secret as if it were my own. I shan't press for more details. In fact, I should probably be going. I'd like to track that dragon down as soon as I can. I'll let you know when I have news of her location.
Such arrogance.
An intruder! What am I doing here? This patrol is worthless.
There's no telling what lies in wait for me in there.
You're here. Good.
Sebastian, that relic you mentioned,
I believe one of Slytherin's students stumbled upon the relic during an assignment to study sarcophagi in this catacomb. From what I read in a report by the student, they weren't permitted to take it with them, so I must assume it's still here. As I mentioned earlier, this relic grants its holder the power to reverse dark magic curses. If it's in this catacomb, I have to find it. For Anne. I need to see her.
I'm ready to explore the catacomb. Perhaps we can visit Anne when we've finished.
Perfect. By the way, Ominous has been asking about you. You didn't tell him what we were doing, did you?
I didn't. I promise.
Good. Ominous would be livid if he knew what we were about to do. I'll be interested to compare what lies inside to what I've read about this catacomb. I'm sure that foul smell is the scent of success. Try not to lose your nerve just yet.
Revelio. Confringo. Fringo. Accio. Bombardo. Accio. Confringo. At least now we know we're not alone in here.
Perhaps that was it. And the rest of the tomb
Accio.
is insect-free.
Yeah, spiders aren't insects.
Don't start. We're here for a reason. I'd say opening them all is justified.
Confringo.
This room is taller than it looks.
Revelio. Accio.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Revelio.
Finding a chest in an inconspicuous loft. Brilliant.
Accio. Confringo. Defendo. Bombarder! Gringo! Gringo! Accio!
Watch your step. I nearly slipped there.
Confringo! Accio! Arresto momentum. Accio. Confringo. Sendo. Bombarder. Gringo. Levio.
All this grass. It no longer feels like a tomb. I've read about catacombs that underwent expansion efforts and ran into
Revelios.
often cave-ins.
And then were abandoned.
Exactly. We'll be fine, though.
Confringo.
Now this is the sort of great room I want to be buried in.
Surrounded by grandeur.
Grandeur and then some. Even an altar with a pile of bones. Lovely.
Bones outside a sarcophagus. Seems odd. Accio. Arresto momentum. There's something here by the altar. Revelio.
Did you hear that?
We're in a tomb. I assume eerie sounds come with the territory. Reparo. Accio. Revelio. Accio. Confringo. Accio. Resto momentum. Bombarda.
What did you find?
Looks like part of a student's diary. It mentions plans to return for the relic and conjuring barricades using bones.
Of course. The student's summary referenced a space beyond the Great Room, which means this can't be a dead end. I have the report if you want to have a look. Let's divide and conquer. You work on sorting out the bone barricades. I'll look around and see what we missed. Hold on to that diary entry. There may be more to it.
It does mention something else. It says their next assignment was learning the Imperius Curse.
Really? Interesting. We need to focus on moving beyond this room. But let me think for a moment.
Of course. I'll start to search for those barricades.
Brilliant. There's more to this than even I imagined. Look, bones stacked oddly on either side of this archway.
Leave no stone unturned. Or in this case, no bone. Revelio. Accio.
If this archway's been barricaded, we can find a way through.
Revelio. Repulsor. We've made it this far, but clearly we have more to do. Accio. I need to find a safe way across. Repulsor. Accio. Repulsor. Accio. Revelio. Depulso. Revelio. Accio. Arresto momentum. Depulso. Accio. Wingardium Arresto momentum. Depulso. Accio. Depulso. Arresto momentum. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Confringo. Arresto momentum. Accio. Depulso. Here. Levioso. Wingardium Leviosa. Leviosa. Revelio. Confringo. Accio. Levioso. Confringo. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Levioso. Wingardium Leviosa. Levioso. Rickety Bone Bridge complete. Accio. Revelio. Accio. Revelio. Accio. Levioso. Wingardium Leviosa. Capolso. Oh. Oh. Wingardium Leviosa. Leviosa. Very Latin. Wingardium Leviosa. Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa. Levioso. Levioso. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Levioso. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa. Levioso. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Levioso. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Levioso. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Levioso. Wingardium Leviosa. Levioso. Accio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Levioso. Accio. Levioso. Accio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa. Levioso. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Levioso. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Levioso. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa. Levioso. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Protego. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Levioso. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio.
You've done it. I knew we'd get through. I felt it in my bones.
Nice.
The student's diary mentions the Imperious Curse. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to need it here. It's an unforgivable, but useful when you're outnumbered. Places the victim completely under the caster's control. So, if you'd like to learn Imperio, I can teach you.
I don't think learning the Imperious Curse is a good idea.
Really? But we've no idea what may lie ahead. But I shan't press you. I'll have your back no matter what we face in there. Here we go. Something troubling ahead. Be on your guard.
Revelio. Accio. Confringo. Accio. Confringo. Bombarda. Confringo. Revelio. Confringo. Accio. Confringo. Accio. Confringo. Bombarda. Accio. Confringo. Bombarda. Arrest the momentum. Accio. Accio. Confringo. Bombarda.
Never knew spiders could make such a mess.
Bit dramatic, isn't it? Revelio. Confringo. Bombarda. Revelio. Revelio. Confringo. Revelio.
This catacomb has suffered decay, just as the student's summary described.
I doubt anyone's been here. time. Accio! 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 Revelio!
Another barricade. Considering how well you did on the last one, this should be a cinch.
How gracious of you.
I try.
Accio!
This looks different than what we faced before. Now they're also dealing with rune symbols. That worked. Keep going.
Wingardium Leviosa. Accio!